Mr. West, thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Greg.
Interesting week, I'm sure, for all Republicans. When you look at what's happening in Washington and what's happened in the last week and what will happen in the next week, what's your view of where America stands right now?
Well, without a doubt, America is in what I call an ideological civil war. There is constitutional conservatism, which is really the foundation of our Declaration of Independence, our Constitution, and then there's also this progressive socialism that has come into America, which really is taking the balance that we're supposed to have between the individual and the institution of government and turning it upside down. So I think that the American people are facing a real serious choice as we go forward.
Do you think impeachment is the right thing to do, a good thing to do, a sensible thing to do?
I think that is a very divisive thing to do, and I think it's a very vindictive thing to do. That's not going to help to heal this country. What it looks like is, once again, you're trying to take a punitive action against a person because you hate them. And I can go back and quote many different times when President Barack Obama, who abandoned Americans to die in Benghazi and then lied about it, but nothing about impeachment there. Or when you're sending billions of dollars to the #1 sponsor of Islamic terrorism in the world, Iran. That's a violation of our statute, providing material support and comfort to an enemy, but yet nothing was done there. So if we want to heal America, we should not be going down these partisan political avenues.
A lot is talked about what Donald Trump has done to the Republican Party. He leaves next Wednesday. There's a big movement that's still there, that still is very supportive of him. Where does that go? How does the Republican Party, what does it do with that movement? Where do those people find a home now?
I think those people should still have a home in the Republican Party. President Trump in the last 4 years brought 12 million new voters to the Republican Party. He is a president that had the most minority electoral support in 60 years. 75 million votes. That's more than any other previous president in the history of this country. So when you look at the policies, let's put aside personality tweets and all this stuff, but you look at the economic policies, the energy security policy, the national security policy, the foreign policies, the fact that you saw incredible unemployment in the Black and Hispanic communities. That's a legacy that has to go forward. So I think it's very important that the Republican Party focuses on that legacy, that policy legacy, that engagement and policy inclusiveness that he brought to many communities and to people that did not have a voice. He called them forgotten man and woman. Now they feel like they are part of this great nation, and the political elites are not going to disavow them. So I think that's what we have to learn.
Do you have concerns about more violence leading up to the inauguration here and across the country?
You know, it's very interesting that 4 years ago, the only people that were conducting violence on an inauguration were the people from the left. You can go back and you can see the footage of them destroying buildings in Washington, D.C. and burning cars. And then the following day after the election, Madonna stands up and says she's dreamt about blowing up the White House. So the violence has always been there for the progressive socialist left, and we have condemned that violence just the same as we condemned the violence from last week. But you cannot have people that are cherry picking when they want to stand up and condone or dismiss violence, or when they want to try to use it as a political weapon and tool. We've seen federal buildings being assailed and assaulted by Black Lives Matter and Antifa. We've seen countless amounts of police officers who lost their lives. Some have been blinded because of laser devices. But yet we heard no one from the Democrat Party speak out against that.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time, sir.
My pleasure.